Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, I just want to share the story of why I'm 2 hours late today. Let's run some. Despite being completely ready to go. Like, I was ready to go. I woke up on time, ate breakfast, did my exercises, good to go. So I use PlayStation 3 controllers on my PC. Now, those of you who know are already groaning. But for everybody who doesn't, because Sony is stupid, getting their controllers working on a PC is a thing, right? It's a whole hassle. It's basically the same thing with any of their controllers. 3, 4, or 5. And I don't even know if you can get a 1 or a 2 working on here. So it takes a lot of work in order to get working. And I had, in the past, prior to today, 3 separate programs working in conjunction to make that happen. This morning I log in, fire up the computer, and one of those programs says, hey, in order to make sure that you exist and everything, we need you to log in. And I'm like, okay. And then the program closes. Let me try to be very clear about describing this, because I did search help for this, and nobody understood what the problem was I was trying to describe. I launched the app, an error message pops up immediately saying, you have to log in, and there's the OK button. Because there's an error message, it supersedes all other inputs. You cannot interact with the rest of the map. Once you hit OK, the app closes. Do you see the problem here? So I'm like, okay. I go and double check a few things. No viruses. I check the website. I can log in just fine. My account's still there. My lifetime subscription to the thing, which I paid for, by the way, was just fine. Everything was fine. Now, I'm going to skip ahead in this story a little bit, because this took a weirdly large amount of time to diagnose what the hell was going on. So it turns out, I was using version 5.7.1 of this software. They have they're up to like version 9.3, okay? Which makes sense. So, yeah, I have no reason to update. I've never had any reason to update. Why would I update that? It does exactly what I need to. I don't need any new features. I don't need any new slop. I just needed to do the one and only thing I needed to do, which was to help get my PS3 controller working. So I never updated it. Turns out that was actually a good thing, because here's the funny part. Remember that lifetime purchase I did in order to own the software? Yeah, that, because of the terms of how that works, that lifetime sub only applies to the version you bought that existed when you bought it. I didn't know that until today. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, what's the issue? Let me go ahead and explain this very simply. They put out a forced update to every version of the software, even the older versions, which forces them to update to the most modern version. The version I don't have a sub for. Do you get the problem? It's okay. They offer me a deal, only $20, and I can upgrade my old legacy key to a new modern key. So my controller stopped working, because that was one of the programs I used to get my controller working. Now here's the problem. No, Dakota, because whatever the insert of... One of the things I might have been able to do is do a system restore, because I take those semi-regularly, and then disable the internet and then fire it up. But honestly, I think that's a band-aid and it would just kick it down the road, right? At some point or another, I'm going to have to be on the internet. At some point, they're going to insert the code again. At some point, it's going to be going away. So, how do I deal with this? Well, the answer is look up another new way to get a PS3 controller working on my PC. Now, I'm going to be honest, that was the bulk of the 2 hours. Because, like it or not, getting a PS3 controller working on a PC is just a colossal hassle. No, that's the funny thing, Push-Ups. I did read the fine print. That's how I know all this. They didn't tell me anything I just told you. Anyways, so yeah, how do I get this crap working? And that was just a whole thing of getting the computer to even acknowledge the controller, and then getting the computer to actually work with the controller, and just all kinds of other garbage stuff that I was slogging through. Thankfully, people have continued to develop additional ways to get these older controllers working on the PC, and so there actually was a legitimately brand new method that didn't exist last time I went through this hassle in order to get the PS3 controller working. And it worked, yay! But it took me 2 hours to get to that point. And there's actually, I'm pretty sure there's still some niggles, but we're just gonna live with those. Completely unrelated, I'm buying a Steam controller. We'll see if that works. Oh, I know, Von Falkenstein, I know. The stuff that they can get away with over here is a little bit silly. But then again, this is, pro-corporate the country, so here we are. There's a reason why it's considered out of bounds and unusual that the state of California is trying to do a one-time tax on large-scale corporations and billionaires. One time. It's a 5% tax. It's a pittance. And they're fighting it tooth and nail because that's such an extreme perspective. That's so insane that they could dare to... Yeah, anyways. So, I tried the PS5 controller for a while there. Some of you probably remember this because I actually tried it on camera too. And its inputs were wrong. I never figured out what was wrong with it, honestly. So I had to return it. Yeah, also it was like $100 frickin'. But I ended up having to return it, so that didn't work out. Yeah, I just realized the game is muted. Sorry, Mr. Ed, I have to burn your brain some more. PS4 controller is actually fine. I consider it to be extremely mildly worse than a PS3 controller, like in such minute ways it's barely even worth mentioning. The problem is, getting a PS4 controller working on the PC is basically the exact same process as getting a PS3 controller working on the PC. So there's no difference. Like, I actually have a backup PS4 controller right there, just in case I ever run out of PS3 controllers. It's still in the box. It's still in the wrapping, being preserved there. And that's my backup controller. But again, it's the same process, so it's not better, so there's no point, right? What's funny is while I was dealing with all this, I was ranting on Discord about all of this, and someone was like, why do you want a PS3 controller? It's like, well, okay. This is why right here. I know you can't see this. Have you ever watched me speedrun Super Metroid? Because that's why. That's what it boils down to. It's the D-pad. I'm actually not super picky about most controllers. I kind of don't care. They're all more or less the same, right? They've got the face buttons over here. They've got the two analogs. They've got the shoulder buttons. It's all the same thing. None of it matters. The only thing that matters is the D-pad. The D-pad needs to be precise. I need it to be precise because I play NES and SNES games and I do speedruns. You know, I challenge run Mega Man, right? I need my D-pad to be very precise. Most D-pads of most controllers suck because most D-pads are effectively just most D-pads on most controllers are effectively just analog sticks. They just have a slightly different surface. Like if you ever actually Xbox 360 is the best example of this. Pull up a picture right now of an Xbox 360 controller, and the D-pad there is just it's one plastic circle that is an analog that you just kind of tilted. It's one of the most imprecise things in the world. So trust me, for having spent actual decades at this point looking into different controllers and especially like custom controllers or whatever. Excuse me. If you want a good D-pad, your options are actually extraordinarily limited. I do blame Nintendo for this. For those of you not aware, Nintendo actually had a patent on good D-pad design. Yes, really. For a long time, and it didn't expire until, I want to say it was either the late PS2 or the PS3 era, one of the two. At which point, other companies finally were able to actually use good D-pads. Most didn't, because by that point, most people were just used to it. But the PlayStation 3 and 4 and 5 controllers all have really solid D-pads. So they're all good. Then there's the Nintendo stuff, obvious. And that's it. That's the list. That's the whole list. Hi, Act. What the heck is Stranger Than Heaven? Hang on. So, Xenosagas, Neos, and Max Payne 3. Appreciate you, Dakota. As always. What the heck is Stranger Than Heaven? Stranger Than Heaven. It's, there it is. It's not out yet, whatever it is. I've never even heard of this. But did you know I have a website where you can keep track of that kind of thing? I'm guessing it's not, because I haven't heard of it. It hasn't hit my radar. Anyway, so that's why. That's why I'm so picky. That's why I'm willing to jump through hoops in order to make sure that I still have my PS3 controller. Because my PS3 controller is a really good controller for me. I apologize to Mr. Red for what I'm about to say, because I usually recommend 8-bit DOS for other people, because other people usually don't care about things like the D-pad. So, you know, if you just want a controller to work on your PC, 8-bit DOS is usually good. I have no idea what the hell happened with Mr. Red's controller. Jeez Louise. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Chance of Sinar. Done. Appreciate you, Mr. Ed. And I am sorry that I apparently recommended you a crap controller. The one I got was perfectly fine with one huge exception, which was the D-pad. And that just kind of made it sort of worthless for me, right? Well, that sucks. Steam controller? So as I mentioned earlier, I have decided to go ahead and buy a Steam controller. We will see. And that's the answer to that. I will tell you when we get there, because we'll see. And as usual, there's only one thing I care about: is the D-pad. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, enough about controllers. Let's go ahead and talk about this freaking game. So, you may or may not notice that I'm in a different spot than when you last left me. You may or may not notice, well, I guess I could show you here, that I'm at a slightly different level than I was last time. And you might even notice that there's a bunch of new negatives. So let's talk about how stupid this is, because this was a thing. This was a couple hours of last night, right? Any new positives? No. All right. It's one of those bad grinds, you know, like, I don't enjoy walking in a circle and gaining experience, but at least I can do it, right? What really tends to irritate me, and I've discovered this the older I get, what really tends to irritate me is when there's like a frustrating grind. Like Octopath Traveler is a perfect example of a game that you don't just go grind, right? You don't just run in a circle and gain experience. No, you got to go do this and then go do this, and you got to pull up a walkthrough, find where these things are, get this ability from here, put this class on this person, use this ability here. Nope, reload, reload. Oh, reload. Okay, we got the item we needed. It's frustrating. Just let me grind. If you're gonna push my nose up to the grind, but at least let me just do it. So here's the problem. The final chapter that we're on right now completely replaces the overworld and everything. It's the only time the whole game is actually open. Hence the freedom point. We have access to the airship, and we can access every dungeon on the Earth and in the underground at this point in time. So we can access all kinds of stuff. Cool, that's awesome. Everything's been replaced. All the mob data across the entire overworld is different, and same for the dungeons, and same for all the locations. All the chests have been respawned, and all of them have new stuff in them, okay? So, here's the problem. There's two types of enemies on the new overworlds, okay? One is stuff so low level that it's pathetic and worthless, and barely gives you, I think it was like a 20th of a level. As in, you have to do 20 encounters to gain one level. That's not great. And that was at like level, whatever we're at, 27 or something like that. Not quite 30, right? So think about that, and then multiply that as we go up in levels. The other problem was the other types of enemies, which were the enemies that would absolutely beat my teeth in. Those are the enemies leveled around level 40, which is where I was supposed to be. I did some digging on this. Apparently what they wanted, what this was designed to do, this is based on the original versions, of course, is that what you were supposed to do is go grind in their individual chapters. Because their individual chapters were designed to be grinded by those characters. and you're supposed to grind most of the characters up to 40 in each chapter individually, then save, and then just do that for each chapter until we get to this chapter, then load all that data now into this chapter, and now everybody's level 40. I didn't do that. But that is the by intent, which makes sense when you consider the original format of this game. It makes absolutely no sense when you consider the format of the game we're playing today. It was, it's extraordinarily grindy, too. Hang on, it's worse. So you're probably thinking, oh, hang on, if you didn't do that, well, what did you do? Well, I have a walkthrough. Nothing anywhere tells you this. Let me show you this. I was actually doing this on camera, if you're paying attention. But at certain points in the world map, right? No, don't quit. Yeah, that's good. Come on. Exactly, Mace. Yeah, you're getting the problem here. So, I believe this is one. So you can enter this dungeon right here, right? You can enter that meteor and go get an item. One item. And none of these are enterable dungeons. That's not an enterable dungeon. This isn't. This isn't. This isn't. This isn't. But this is. You seeing the problem? I should give this its own separate negative, because this is kind of a cool concept. You could roam the overworld and just go item hunting. And a lot of these items are useful. Either they're good items, or more importantly, they are really good gear for this team. It's worth noting. Here, I'll even show you. Because my gear is doing a lot better nowadays. I've got this wonderful sword, this new sword. I got the new Black Cowl. I got the Fairy Rod for her. I got the Luminous Robe for her. And I got Diamond Armor for Luca. I got the Diamond Shield for Golbez. So I also got a ribbon for Golbez. So I've gotten a lot of gear upgrades for doing these. But the thing is, they're not marked at all. In fact, if I didn't have the walkthrough, I wouldn't know they even existed. And they look just like every other random doodad on the map. Some of them are literally just like, here, let me show you what I remember. Is up this way, I think. Yeah, up here. This is silly. See that tree right there? It's this one or the one above it. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, see? See? And there's a chest here. Nothing indicates that. So that's a combination walkthrough and guidance. Because nothing indicates that's a thing. And remember, that is some really nice upgrade gear in these things. Hang on, it gets even worse. Because almost all of that gear, the really good gear, is a monster chest. Stuff that's designed for level 40. So I pretty much had to absolutely bullcrap / luck grind my way through some of these encounters. And it turned into a thing. It's like, okay, look at all the chests in the world. I made a list of all the chests in the world, which ones give what, and which ones would give me the most power upgrade immediately. So I beelined the ribbon, the diamond armor, and the diamond shield. Get my defenses up so I could survive, right? That meant taking down several bosses and mini-bosses with some absolute bullcrap strategies in order to be able to actually defeat them, get the items, and then fight the next thing. And so forth and so on, right? So that was its own frustration. Once I got the gear, leveling became a lot smoother because my power output went up drastically. And I have tons of items and gil, and you get it, but like... Oh my god. It was immeasurably frustrating and the source of many negatives. Now, having done that... We're going to go ahead and progress. Because now we have to do something that nothing anywhere indicates you need to do. I suppose in the interest of fairness, if you just went to the major towns, you'd probably, like, stumble into this quest. But what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to go to, like... Here, let me give you a list. We're supposed to go to Fabul, Mysidia, Agart, Eblan Castle, specifically. Then we need to go to Lodestone Cavern in Troya. Yes, the cavern. Then we go to Troya Castle. Then we go to Mist. Then we go to Baron? And you get the point. Like, I guess you could kind of stumble into some of these just by roaming around and looking over the world, but what nothing tells you is that each of these places is a boss encounter. And if that sounds familiar, then congratulations, you've played Final Fantasy X. You remember when the Dark Aeons show up? How many of you have completely accidentally stumbled onto your first Dark Aeon fight because you decided to go back to Besaid, and whoops! By the way, all this grinding I've done has only been for these 4 characters. Oh yeah. One last complaint while I'm on the subject. One last complaint. This is a terrible team that they have given us. Like, speaking as someone who has studied gameplay design of RPGs for years at this point, it is uniquely terrible how bad our team is. Let's actually walk this through. Luca is a mediocre melee. She has decent armor, decent melee damage, a decent side attack, and that's kind of it. She has no special bells or whistles whatsoever. She is the closest thing we have to a freaking tank. So she's basically Sid in terms of stats. We have Rydia, who does not have her summons or her Agas, which means we have a mediocre fire mage, black mage in the back row, who doesn't really have the gear or kit to support that. We have Edge. Edge is actually not bad. I know I come down negatively on Edge, but it's worth noting that Edge is still a supremely glass cannon. He pretty much has to be in the front row, and he will absolutely get his brakes beaten off of him if anything decides to so much as look at him. And that just leaves us with Golbez. Now, Golbez is the closest thing we have to an actual worthwhile party member, but he is, at the end of the day, just another black mage with some actual decent tank ability and melee capacity. So that's decent, but he can't carry the entire party, especially when we're fighting above our weight class. And if you're paying attention, we are missing 2 critical components that FF4 leans on excessively. We have no buffs or debuffs, and we have no real heals. There's a reason I have 99 cottages. Oh, did I mention that all the inns are closed across the world map? All the town's inns are just closed now. Not every shop is open. I was able to find a few. And I was able to buy up a ton of cottages, because that's the only real recovery I have at this point in time. Hi, Adam Ciuta. Oh, and I know what you're thinking, but Lar! Edge actually has a heal. He does. It's not a good heal. It's single target, and he's our best damage dealer. No, seriously, Golbez can do more damage per action, but Edge can do more damage per time. So Edge is our actual best DPS right now, especially if we're either boosted attack damage or boosted bonus, like special ability, because his throw will do an obscene amount of damage. Yeah, we're fighting level 40 stuff. We're way past the point where a single target mediocre heal is worthwhile. Anyways, it's been a very long time. Lady Rydia, Edge of Eblan. Situation with the moon has been throwing the entire world into disarray. How have things been in Fabul? I fear the sylphs have been laying siege to our castle. The moon must be affecting them in some unfathomable way. Seems to be that way. But enough of this, please, come in. I mean, I don't know if you know this, Mr. Red. Enix made 3rd birthday. No, wrong. Enix made 7th Saga. Sorry, they both start with a number. The heal rod heals for about 100. So, it is an AoE heal. Yeah, I actually don't know what's going on with that. Enix also made Robotrek, a game I've actually beaten. What are we doing here? This way, this way. We've got to ignore all the sylphs. Can't kill the sylphs. We're not here to kill the sylphs. Oh, you know what? I think you're right, Blade Javal. So, for this, let me use FF6 as a comparison point. In FF6, there are items you can use in order to cast spells. I know you're thinking, duh, Laura, that's been a thing since FF1. Hear me out for a second. In FF6, do I have that? I do not. Well, whatever. It might be in one of the towns with the Eidolons, which I've been deliberately avoiding. That would be funny if I was kind of chopping myself off at the knees because I couldn't get a proper heal because I refused to go and do the content off camera. Anyways, in FF6, if you use an item to cast, it pulls a separate static stat to determine the damage of it. What I mean by that is, if you use a Fire Rod and it casts Fire 2, it doesn't actually run the normal Fire 2 damage calculation. It runs a separate calculation, which is static. It'll always do the same kind of damage, no matter who's using it. That means you won't get as much damage as someone who has a really high magic stat, casting Fire 2. But it means someone who has Jack Bupkis magic stat can do plenty of damage with it. Make sense? By flattening it like that, it makes it universally useful. I'm pretty sure here it actually uses your stats, and Rydia's stats have not been keeping up with that at all. Oh yeah, I also got the Rainbow Tail, just while I was at everything else. Can't turn it in, apparently, until the final dungeon, but it's there. So that's neat. Not even sure I have use for it. Yes, I'm going to have to grind at least one more time. The good news is I will probably be able to select my party, which means I'll be able to bring some of my heavy hitters to help catch up the lobies. What am I missing? Should be paying attention to this. You mean the opposite of that, Kay? Yes. It turns fire into a GP item instead of an MP item. And again, useful. There are quite a few interesting tricks you can do by, having someone who generally wouldn't be a caster suddenly doing Fire 2 on a boss, right? My old speedrun relied on that strategy when you get to the Figaro Castle in the World of Run. Is that everything? No. I gotta get one more thing. Shayla! Oh, Rydia. There's Lord Edge, too. Where's Young? Away on business, sadly. Haven't seen the princess around either. Yeah, we're so zoomed in. The two of them boarded a ship headed for Baron. Dun, dun, dun. I'm afraid that's as much as we know now. What of it? I'm not worried about them. My husband's more than capable of protecting our daughter. Why, knowing him, I'm sure he's out busting heads as we speak. No doubt, no doubt. The King of Fabul is a stout man indeed. We'll find him, I promise you. Hold up. Yes? I want you to have this. It's the frying pan! Woo! My husband needs this right now. As for Ursula, here's a ladle. What, no knife this time? You threw the knife! You need another one? Sorry, I'm all out of stock. We threw the knife. Anyways, I want you to be careful out there. In fact, we threw the knife at Zeromus. Canonically. Okay, maybe not canonically, but I totally did. Down. Cottage. A pan and a ladle. The ultimate in firepower. Hang on, Mr. Red asked something, and I kind of missed it amidst my ranting. See, Mr. Red says, I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you. And I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you, and I hate you. Oh god, it's so far up the screen now. Ah, I lost it. It was about Castlevania. I lost it, though. Hi, Game Geek. Ect is also probably gone. I was going to respond to something he said. Yeah, the spoon! Oh, there's Ect. So you're asking about Subnautica 2. So Subnautica 2... I've already answered that, Mr. Red. Literally, I gave you a whole list. I shake, Mr. Red. I gave you a list. The Subnautica 2 is currently soft vetoed. I mean, it's not like... It's not going to come out for like 2 years anyways, so that's whatever. But right now, there is so much possibility of whatever their frickin' name is. I can't remember the publishing house sabotaging and screwing over the company. In fact, they've already sabotaged. I don't know if you caught that, Krafton, because for those of you not aware, immediately after losing the court case, Krafton decided to announce, hey, we're launching into early access! And they weren't ready, put simply. However, because Krafton had already announced that, if the devs team had decided to back off of that and say, no, wait, we're not ready to go into early access, it would have been a huge loss of face, right? And it would have been something that Krafton would have then used as a legal proof that they're incompetent and excuse to fire them and all kinds of stupid things. So they went ahead and entered early access. So literally we are already at the point where Krafton has been sabotaging Subnautica 2 out of what I can only refer to as spite. Oh yeah, by the way, what they did was actually something forbidden by the judge. I am hopeful that that's going to go back to court so they can sue the pants off of them. Nothing would make me happier than Subnautica be completely detached from Krafton. What am I doing here? Right. We've got sand fever! The man drifted ashore with his daughter near the eastern dock. Apparently they were shipwrecked. His face was colored with deathly pallor, yet he carried the poor girl on his back all the way to Kaipo. Boy, that sounds familiar. Family can be quite a powerful source of strength at times, wouldn't you say? The experience was terribly taxing on both of them. A scholarly-looking woman came in earlier suffering from desert fever. This is before the moon covered the sky. My grandfather told me that he himself once nursed a woman stricken with fever back to health. Perhaps it's our family's fate to help such wanderers. Hi, Riplinger. Ursula. This is Young's daughter. You look so pale and gaunt. Something must be done. Fast. Young. Ursula. Hope this does the trick. Yeah, it did last time, right? What are you... Yep, that's how you heal someone. Come on, Sheila, let me sleep a little longer. Young! This is just ludicrous. Brilliant. Edge! You two are quite the couple, you know that. Ursula. Where's Ursula? Don't worry, she's right next to you. Do not fret over me. You need to wake Ursula. Yep, use the ladle. Don't overexert yourself, young. Oh god, if it was Desert Fever again, I would spit. I would spit. We've already done that dungeon 4.2 times this game. That's not an exaggeration. 4.2 times this game. If we count FF4 original, we've done it 5.2 times of the same goddamn dungeon. I'm sick to death of that place. Anyway, she's moving. Hey, Riddick, can you help me deal with this? I don't have the nerve to hit a lady. No, the waterway. The route in between Kaipo and Damsian. Why does this work? Oh, mother, is father out training again? How does that work? Mother's love triumphs over all. What the heck is up with his family? But I told you about a boss fight. Young, you were willing to risk your life for the sake of your child. As much as it pains me to say it, you are far stronger than any of us. You... Thanks to you, we have finally returned to normal. Oh, I guess we don't have to fight the souls. Okay, whatever. We gained our first freaking summon in the entire game! That's a lie. You can go grind the drop summons. And trust me, it is a freaking grind. But yeah, guess what? It's a heal! Rydia just became our primary healer. It's not a joke. So the Malaise has even reached the Eidolon King himself. I cannot believe we got Chocobo. Rydia. Come on, Rydia, your bonds with the Eidolons aren't going to lose to something like this, are they? Yeah, you're right. I will win them back. So we're heading to Baron as well? Here's the best part. Because of the massive delay today, thanks to the controller issue, I might not finish this game today. I lost 2 hours for that nonsense. Unfortunately, Baron Castle is protected by the same glow we saw covering the Tower of Babil. We'll find a way. If we combine the Eidolon's power with ours, anything is possible. Father. Well, I'm afraid not, not you. What? You need to recover first. You got a wife and daughter relying on you, remember? This is a really long game, Riplinger. Like a disgustingly, paddingly, awfully long game, and it sucks. Of all of the things I dislike about this game, that is the second thing I dislike the most. Second most disliked. What's the first thing you dislike most? The outro. How delightful it is to see you all again. I am Isel. Isel? Yeah, I'm Evil Cecil, so I'm Isel. We had a promise. Let's have the crystals. With this, all of the crystals are back in our grasp. Worst example of padding I've ever seen in a game? Ever? Ever. Oh, Jesus Christ. I suppose the default answer is EverQuest, which would have you spend about an hour to get about a 1% increase to your experience. That's not an exaggeration. That was considered good exp at that point in time. But that's cheating. That's an MMO. Amongst the single-player games... Yeah, by the way, that hour was spent non-stop killing, I should mention. That's like training an entire zone and then slow-moding it down with dots and tanks. And yeah, you could D-level, too. Yeah, Persona 5 is definitely up there. Secret of the Stars is pretty bad, yeah. Seventh Saga is kind of, but like in a weird way. Octopath Traveler 1 is definitely one of the worst. I think I'm going to stop there. Each of those is pretty bad. And that's not counting MMOs. MMOs are so much worse. Stay back, Rosa. Oh, hey, we're here? Where are we? When did you get here, Harley? When did Gecko get here? When did these guys get here? Where are we? Now I gain the ability to rest on the frickin' airship? I hate this game. It's okay, we're gonna need to grind later, so we might as well just take advantage of the free. I just got these 99 cottages. I hate this game. A game where you need to grind. I gotta get several. Counting the one I'm in right now. Listen, Edward's bow needs to be here, okay? Huh. Yeah, I can't wait to play a good game again. Honestly, this is another reason I wanted to get this game over with. I knew it was long walking in. And if there's one thing I dread more than bad games, it's long games. Okay, so we're going to Zydia. A movie that has a positive story but negative technical. Yeah. But I can never think of the name of it. Hang on. Primer. What qualifies as a long game? So, that's actually funny. Because you're probably expecting me to give you an hour number. And if you're expecting that, then you don't know me very well. Here's the thing. That's the one. That's all I'm saying. A long game is a game that feels long. If I play a 10-hour game that feels long, that is a long game. This has happened, by the way. If I play a 30-hour game that feels short, that is not a long game. I've said this for years, but this is kind of where I'm at. You know, I usually talk about density, and how it matters how you use your length. But yeah, if there's a game that we spend an entire stream just chatting about dating Final Fantasy characters, that's probably a long game. That was yesterday, for those who weren't there for that. Where are we going? Up here. I would not call FF4 base a long game, no. The longest short game? Well, I mean, yeah, StarCraft 2 is the easy answer, which is about 60 hours. And certainly feels short. My next pick would be one of the Pokemons. Most of the modern Pokemon games are pretty long and super don't feel like it. Oh no, not you too. What? Ramu, stop this! Let's do it! I still like this song. I don't even care. Nope. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Hey look, Sylph. Yeah, I would not want to date Lightning. She's also probably terrible in bed. Like, I don't think she's capable of anything other than angry sex. And if you've never had angry sex, I don't recommend it. It's not very fun. So yeah, check that out. We have a freaking AoE heal. It's not even that great of a heal, but we have an AoE heal. Actually, yeah, Republic Commando is another good example of a long game. Oh, sorry, I can actually skip these. Rydia. And boom. Jesus Christ, Lord Hemlock. Yeah, all it took... This is a Final Fantasy game. All we have to do is beat someone up to get their powers. Come on. We know how this works. Actually, yeah, Ross. Some Mario Karts can be... Some individual Mario Karts can feel very long. Yes, Von Falkenstein. When we have 2,000 health, we can heal for 200 with a summon. Okay, next. I'm gonna go get Titan next. Yeah, exactly, Kid Fan. I'm almost positive you're right, Blade Ball, because I know that was a thing for the Sylphs. Yeah, Breath of the Wild did feel long. Ironically, Tears didn't once I cheated, and I know that's kind of an asterisk, but it's true. Like, once I just decided to skip the grind for materials, Tears didn't feel long, despite being a longer game. Sex with every FF party member. Well, we all know that, like, someone like Mateus would just be the worst, right? He spent the entire time just looking into a mirror like, oh, I look so amazing. Yes, yes. Garland? He'd be punching you the entire time, because he's into that, and that's awful. It's like having sex with a Klingon. It'd be terrible. Let's see. I actually have gone in depth into why Kitten Fan. It's hard to summarize, but the bottom line is they didn't think about their sound font or the specific notes, and so the two clash with each other. That's the short version. It's true in the DS version, like the FF4DS, same exact problem. Oh god, exactly what Paul said. Let's do... Actually, I think these are weak to Frost. We'll find out in a second. Exactly, Kitten Fan. That's exactly the same problem. Yeah, Edge actually has good magic. Rydia has her Agas, and I'm starting to get my summons. Like, it's starting to smooth out, but you see why I gave a cavalcade of negatives. Because the moment you hit the final chapter, it's just, oh, it just starts beating your face in. Hang on. This is the second time we've talked about dating in Final Fantasy characters. I'm starting to think this is a trend. Guys, there's something I need to know. Wow. I will accept egg on my face for that, Maze. The good news is I didn't give a negative for that in particular. Bad news is this entire section still sucks. At least when you first get into it. Like, again, like you said, if the optional grind dungeon still existed, this would probably be, you know, fine. Not good. You don't want to oversell, but fine. The nightmare I had to go through last night was just aggravating. Oh my god, someone actually read my review document. That always makes me happy when someone does. I've actually received a weird compliment from a lot of people that they don't care about the golden number, they don't care about the score. The only thing they actually care about is the document. It's one of the reasons, some of you have probably noticed this, that I've become much more verbose about what I type up there, rather than just saying, you know, Metal Man stage plus to gameplay. I'll actually type up why it's a plus to gameplay. Oh, that okay. Yep, that's bad. Late to all, that's bad. Oh god. And then I broke the controller. Yeah, this is why I'm probably gonna have to settle on a final party, because I don't particularly feel like grinding a third time. Anyway, so what? All right, so hang on. Let's rewind a bit. So let's go back to the sex thing. Very important, right? Very important. So Cloud of Darkness, right? On the one hand, Cloud of Darkness looks like that and is voiced by Liara. But on the other hand, I don't know. I would be incredibly uncomfortable, I think. I do not want to have sex with whatever that is. Yeah, it's just... And it is a they. The Cloud actually consistently refers to themselves as they. Not as a gender neutral, as a plurality, to be clear. So I do not want to have sex with a group. You know? Yeah, it's a very dark puff right there. I'm good. Also, it actually kind of unrelated to anything, but I sort of mentally associate the Cloud of Darkness with my sister now because of the pet in FF14 and that system, no. So, moving on to 4. Do we pick Zemus or Zeromus for FF4? Because Golbez, just take me. Just take me out back. Bend me over the barrel. I'm done. But Zemus? That's a little trickier. Like, he feels like I have to be super delicate with him or I just snap him in half, right? Like, have you looked at Zemus's actual, like, art? He's a twig. And Zeromus is a corpse pile, so no. I'm not into that. So, no. Moving on to 5, Exdeath. I have one word for you with regards to Exdeath. Splinters. It applies both, whatever your gender is. Splinters. Also a giant corpse pile while we're at it, but whatever. I mean, a lot of these are corpse piles by the end, right? Hang on. So Kefka, no. Ignoring the fact that he would be stabbing me out of boredom the entire time. He would not enjoy it. And I know this is going to sound strange. I cannot enjoy having sex with someone who is not enjoying having sex with me. So, that's a no. That brings us to Sephiroth. Yes. No notes. Alright, so moving on to Ultimecia. Hang on. Most recent game that was negative on both axes that I still enjoyed. This is probably not the most recent, but my first thought is Breath of Fire 3. Breath of Fire 3 is one of those games, I've talked about this before, it's a phenomenon where if you have a walkthrough or a guide or know what you're doing, then you have a much more enjoyable time with it. But from a review perspective, that's still bad. That is still bad design. If you need an external source to enjoy a game, that is not a good thing. But you can, in fact, enjoy a game, you know, some games that are bad, if you have an external source, so. Round 2. I'm done with this planet. Maybe so, but we're not done with you. Out of my face. It's Titan, it's me! Please, don't you remember when you knocked over Mist? Titan and I have been together our whole lives, ever since I was a child. Okay, so hang on. So, attack. Just attack, actually. Big throw, and you! Sylph! I've heard this too. It's some kind of like 80s synth bell, right? I forgot to slow him. I've specifically got all these spider silks for this part of the game. When I don't have access to the slow spell... Thanks, game. And no, Kefka actually isn't a corpse pile. When you get to the very, very, very final form of Kefka, he's just a naked dude with purple skin. And I'm okay with purple skin, I'm just saying. There. True, Blade Jabal. So, Ultimecia. Even ignoring the fact that her final form is this big, weird, ugly monster thing. Yeah. Would. I don't have anything to add to that. Would. How many ties do I own? Oh, God, like at least 20. I have a bunch of ties of different colors, and the tie colors I wear regularly, I have multiple copies of. Ask me how many of this shirt I own. I have about 10. I would also have sex with Adia, because you know she's not really with Cid, right? Don't tell me that she and Cid are together, because I don't believe you. They're married. They're not taken, is what I'm trying to say. Also true, Blade Taval. What's funny is I will freely admit that I actually prefer Adia when she's in her matron outfit than her, you know, that outfit. Titan. We need to find a way to respond to his earth-rending attack. Okay. See, FF9 is easy. Yeah, so, hold up. First of all, Kuja? Kuja needs a friend. Not someone to have sex with. Like, I don't know how better to phrase that. Kuja needs help. Yeah, Kuja needs to grow up, and that involves help. So, no. Hard no. I should show that off at some point. Rydia and Edge's band ability is called Broken Heart. Hang on. So, I mentioned Kuja, but there are two other villains in FF9. One of them is Garland, who doesn't have any of the requisite body parts, and is also an android. So... Necron... I mean, Necron's just another giant weird monster thing. I don't know what else to add to that. So that's a hard nope for Necron. So where the hell is Porum? I didn't even know I had to recruit someone here. My God, it failed me. It really did. It didn't mention anything about recruiting Porum here. Sex with Sin? So I know that's for some reason that's a kink, you know, sex with giant women. I feel like that's taken it a bit too far. Rydia, oh, thank heavens. Seymour? No, absolutely not. Ignoring the fact that I find him incredibly unattractive. Granted, I'm not into guys, but like I can appreciate a male attractiveness, right? Seymour ain't it. And I hate his voice. Just on top of it. I hate his voice. I hate his appearance. And he's gross. So, no. That must be why the door was sealed shut. He was holding off Ramo and those hordes of monsters. How did things get this bad? Yeah, I feel like his hair would poke you. It wouldn't hurt. It would just be irritating. You know, just... Yunalesca looks good until she stands up, and then you see the bottom half. But yeah, actually, I'm with Mr. Red. Yunalesca would just lay there. She would be a sex doll, and no. Oh yeah, Seymour's also another mama's boy. You know Seymour would summon Anima in the middle of sex. Yes, Cain fled to... We know all this. Sorry, I'm not reading this out loud because this is literally just them repeating plot points from the previous episodes. I've said this before and I'll say this again. I understand that the characters don't know the stuff we do, but that doesn't mean you need to repeat that information for their sake to us. We don't need to see this stuff again. What's this? You seriously want to cross swords with me? If you wish for it. Cain. And this is the man you've placed your trust in, Theodore. Over your own flesh and blood. Stay behind me, Theodore. Theodore. Low resolution JPEG. What, Yunalesca, Zara? I await your answer, Theodore. Cecil! Okay. Lulu? I would have so much sex with Lulu. All of the sex. Constantly. Every day. Yes. Don't at me. I don't even care. I don't care. So hang on. We skipped over someone. We did 9s. We skipped into a 10. Right, 10-2. Okay. So in 10-2, what's wrong, Cain? Are you being serious? Maybe just one-shots us. Yeah, Lulu does not have a great personality, but I kind of don't care at that point. And I'm sorry, there is such a thing as just having recreational sex, just sex for fun. And that would be Lulu right there. That would be just fun. Don't at me. What is his freaking name? What's the villain? Shuyin. Shuyin. Oh, I did skip Yu Yevon. So Yu Yevon is an orb. I don't know what to add to that. Orb. Okay, so let's fight Titan again. Yeah, Yu Yevon would be a flashlight. A flashlight? Oh, that's actually a good point. Yu Yevon's a tick. Oh, that makes it so much worse. Oh, no. No ticks. No ticks. So, then we move on to Shuyin. And I'm not into pretty boys. I'm sorry. Have you seen Tidus? I do not know what Yuna sees in him. I'm sorry. Like, he's in good shape. But that's about all he's got going for him. So, nah. Also, if I could be blunt, way too young for me. Like, I don't know how old Shuyin is supposed to be. I know, asterisk technically, but like how old he was originally, right? Oh, I would go after Waka. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'd take Lulu over Waka, because I'm into girls, but... Ooh, yeah, would. This actually irritates me. I wasted one of my spider silks because I didn't realize I was an idiot. Aurum is recovering in the airship right now. Auron or Waka? Personality-wise, I'd actually give that to Waka. I mean, if we're just talking body, if it's just like a doll with their appearance, Auron is more attractive. But Auron is kind of a misery guts. He would not be enjoying the experience. He would probably cry afterwards. You know? Yeah, I just noticed that. I just noticed that. Just, yeah, no. Not into it. That pushes us up to 12, I suppose. Vayne? No. No, Vayne would never enjoy sex. Vayne would do it to have an heir. And that's it. Right, it would be business for him. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure Vayne is straight up ace. Or A-Rose. A-Romance, or whatever it's called. Yeah, power sexual. Yeah, so, no. Absolutely not. Just gonna keep beating on this guy here. Vegnagun! Oh, I would totally bang Vegnagun. Okay, so let's see if Porum jumps out and saves us. There she is. Ooh. Here's the really irritating part. I think I just wasted another silk. Because now I gotta fight him again, and this is the actual fight, and I'm an idiot not realizing that. Whatever, I'm not gonna silk him again. I'm too low on silks now. I'm way too low on silks, so we're gonna just live with that. Yeah, screw it. In 8? Well, we were just talking villains, so that would be Ultimecia, but honestly, I'd take Adia over Ultimecia. So yeah, that pushes up to 13, which is either... I mean... Well, no, I guess there's no either. It really is just Barthandelus. And... No, I'm good. Thanks. I'm good. You go ahead. Everything about that is no. Everything about that is no. He's a robot with a superiority complex who is sadistic, who won't stop doing this thing with his hand. He's also an old man when he appears as a dude. In 13-2, wood. That's all I'm gonna say. Wood. Sadist. She's still a sadist. I don't care how good her boobs are. She still wants to hurt me. Chocolina? No! I wouldn't be able to. I physically wouldn't be able. I'd just see her and see the cute little chocobo chick, and I'd be like, oh. What a reckless guy. Yeah, that's about right. Did we do it, though? Yep, okay, we got Titan. Woo! Hope's mom? I would have so much sex with Hope's mom. You have no idea. She's the only woman that beats Lulu so far. Just, oh my god. Have you seen her? Oh, I didn't. Oh, whatever. Anyways, and then 13-3 is Buna Velzeblah, finally. I don't know. The guy whose biggest major known flaw is that he cannot understand emotions. Like, I feel that would be strangely mechanical, right? It'd be like having sex with lightning. It would just be function and nothing else. I should go grab this really quick. Oh, I would totally be like, hey, Hope. Guess what I've been doing with your mother? Every day. But she's dead. Not anymore. Yeah, exactly, Triaxia. It's just, nah, I'm good. No thanks. There it is. Look, there is such a thing as fun sex, but fun sex still involves emotion. You know, happiness. So 14. Well, that's a list. There's a lot of villains in 14. Xenos. Xenos has the same problem they all do. It would be joyless. There would be no fun, no anything. Even if he agreed to do it, he'd just be staring. He'd be a dead fish. He'd be laying there doing nothing and be staring bored into the distance. No, absolutely not. Oh, yeah, or he'd actually be into it. And you never stick your dick in crazy. Yeah, the whole time he's thinking about the Warrior of Light. You're back and safe. The castle's on fire. Yeah, I caught that. Thanks. Ifrit. What's happening here? Even Eblin has fallen into chaos. Yeah, I know, it's weird to go on. How many of these just are no? Emet-Selch. Yeah. Yeah. No notes. Yeah, Kefka is still probably the biggest nope. Even amongst the corpse piles, I'd still take them over Kefka. Yeah, sorry, we're in Britain now. My bad. God, who else is in 14? I mean, there's a lot of villains. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. That leaves 15. Yeah, I would. 100%. The voice actor alone sells it for me, if I'm being honest. Like, that's Darren DePaul as Darren DePaulis. So, yeah, done. And that leaves us with 16. Yeah, no, I'm not saying any names of 16 villains, but the final villain of 16, the final boss, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. No. The guy who should have been the main villain of 16, no. For the same crazy psychopathic reason. Like, he would spend his entire time trying to kill... And yeah, he actually did have sex canonically in the game, and it did not look particularly pleasant. Yeah, so no. And then we have Twitface McGee, you know the one. She would probably be just as joyless as everyone else, and she would use it to manipulate, right? Like, that would be her whole shtick, is she would just be using it to try and control me. So, first of all, I've experienced that in real life. Second of all, no. So that's a no to everyone from 16. But then tactics. So obviously, Delita, on the one hand, yeah. But on the other hand, if he, for any reason whatsoever, found it beneficial to kill me or worse, he would do so without hesitation. Delita would chop out my tongue and sell me as a slave if he thought he would get something from it. I don't particularly feel like being naked around that man, so no. Yeah, the final boss, I mean, No. Delita is probably really good in bed. He is probably practiced at it because it is a useful political tool. Don't at me. This is true, historically speaking. Delita has probably put effort into it. Still no. Alright. Main characters. Because that's not anything else going on, right? I'm sorry to everyone in chat, in the VOD, who's just like, what is this stream? Look, there's nothing going on, okay? What do you want from me? We're not even going to beat this game today. You realize that, right? Yeah, seriously, get your villain game in order. Alright, so... obviously 1, 2, and 3 doesn't exist. Let's just skip over those. 4. So Cecil would be... okay. I would probably say no to Cecil, but for a strange reason. 2 reasons, actually. First of all, he's taken. Like, Cecil is super taken. And I don't touch that, right? If you're actually with someone... You go you. I don't know. That's a line. That's a line. So, that's the first and most obvious problem with Cecil. If Rosa somehow didn't exist, the other reason I wouldn't with Cecil is because Cecil doesn't want to have sex. He wants a lover. He would make love, right? He is someone who is, like, legit, right? He wants the long-term thing. And that's not what this category is. So that's kind of a different thing. You're talking about like love, marry, kill, or whatever. He'd be the Mary, right? Speaking of, Rosa. Same exact problem. There's one other problem, though. Rosa would probably be so passive in bed because she's so passive in the games that I'm not sure she would do anything. And it's not quite wet fish, but like, you know, or dead fish, excuse me. Still probably no. Rydia is a huge no. I don't even need to explain that one. Yeah, screw it. Let's just keep doing this. Quite possibly, Budvog. I'm telling you, Theodore is just Kane's son. I'm sorry. Anyways. I can't, Lord Harriman. I can't. Absolutely not. No. So, no to Rydia. Tella? I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually tempted by Tella. Like, you know he knows some tricks, right? And he probably knows how to have fun. Yeah, Tella knows real magic, if you know what I mean. Who's after Tella? So that'd be Edward. No, Edward's a crier. I'm sorry. We've talked about this before. No. Like, he'd be super snuggly. He would, right? Edward would be the kind of person you could just cuddle up in bed with. But, no. Well, I'm kind of going in order of Unfalkenstein. So, like, we just got Edward, so the next would be Yang. Yang's taken. So, that's a nope. Which is a shame, because Yang would be a hard yes otherwise. I mean, holy crap, dude. Like, patient, kind, tolerant, understanding, big, strong, in shape, a king. But he's taken. Whoops. Oh god, that'd be even worse, Reggie. That'd be kind of hilarious, though. I love how this is the song playing for this entire dungeon, by the way. That's a good thing. I don't even... Okay. What's the moon right now? Oh, we're at waxing. No, we're at waning. Hang on. Of course I can. Listen, everyone, breathe deep. Breathe deep. Who do we get after Yang? Palam and Porum. Hard no. No need to explain. Absolutely not. No. Like, even the 22-year-olds here are frankly too young for me. And I knew them as kids. No. Let's see. Then we... I skipped over Kain, didn't I? No. Kain is way too much of an edge boy. Absolutely not. No. Just a hard no on that. Seneschal, damage report. We've already evacuated all the women and children. I'm afraid our castle can't hold out for much longer, though. Oh, thank God, the music stopped. Ifrit time. Yeah, Kain would spend the entire time stepping on my balls and telling me, "You are all beneath me!" Yeah, also, Kain's technically taken, but... That's suicide! There's no other way. All of you evacuate the castle in the meantime. Or we can all fight Ifrit and... Okay, whatever. Come on, Ifrit, I'm not hiding from you anymore. Not this time. Not that I ever hid from you before? I don't know where that's coming from. Whatever. Gotta get our suicide in. Alright, so then we go there. So, who's our next recruit? I think Edge, actually, is our next recruit. Once again, no. He's too young, physically. He's too young, mentally. And I hate his guts. You also know that Edge is the kind of dude who's probably very good, technically speaking, but, like, flaunts it, you know? And so it's not actually enjoyable. Like, he's like, ah, check out what I can do. Isn't this so great? And I'm like, can we? Okay. Yeah, exactly. There's no heart there. There's no nothing. It would just be, eh. It would be one of those things where he finishes in 10 minutes and then he leaves the bed. And you're just laying there unsatisfied. No, I'm good. So yeah, nobody from 4. Nobody from 4. The closest for me would be Rosa. And even, again, taken, right? And passive. So 5 is a short list. Kryl is a no for obvious reasons. Lena... Oh, Sid! Yes, absolutely. I would bang the crap out of Sid. You know he would be fun. He would be so fun in bed. He would be laughing and having fun with it, and it would be great, right? So yeah, Lena is just too young. I don't know. No. Wait, it's the Rosa problem, but worse. Her main character trait is that she is kind to animals. She's way too passive. Bartz is a flake. No. Kryl's a kid. And Galuf... I feel like Galuf would be kind of like Tella, but a more perverted Tella. And honestly, I'm not into that. Like, Tella feels like he'd be more a wholesome version of what Galuf is, so no. I did skip over Ferris on purpose because I would totally have sex with Ferris. Brilliant. Did you make it out? And he's dead. Okay. Come now. You call that skill? You. Okay. Second time in the game we've heard that song. Hi, Rubicund. So this is the man who managed to withstand my fire. What? Edge. Rydia, I told you to run. You expected me to listen. It's your funeral. I meant to show this off earlier. Oh, I can't do Broken Heart? Why not? I believe it technically is Rubicante. I just don't care. Sorry. I don't care. Oh, that's what it was. What's the matter? Have you been defanged? Is that all the spirit you've got? This is the second time Rubicund has reappeared to Edge to, like, encourage him in this game. Now, recall it, the true flame which has been etched into you. In fairness, Rubicund has more of a line on being the Lord of Fire than Ifrit does, so... That's it. The blast from an explosion will quell the flames. An eye for an eye! So fire against fire? You've got it. You learned Inferno. I would put Rubicund over Phoenix, because Phoenix is partially healing restorative. Rubicund is fire. Yeah, backburns are a thing. Surprised? You're not the only one who wields fire. Wait a minute, you haven't forgotten about us, have you? Oh, whatever, let's go. Alright, so, this is, I believe, the real fight. We're finally going to bring out one of our spider silks. We've got 4 left. I'm so stupid. Even with the negative, I think Blizzaga is still worth the effort, so we're going to do that. Inferno. Yeah, that's probably worth it. 6,000 damage while debuffed. You know what? While we're here, let's... Aww. Okay, I'm an idiot. Alright, whatever. Inferno. So where the heck was I? So 6, right? I could just skip through this. I don't think I would have sex with anybody at 6. Yeah, apparently it resets his cooldown on using his kill you attack on Falkenstein. That's according to the walkthrough. So I'm just going by the walkthrough. It makes a degree of sense. Like, even if I didn't have a walkthrough, I would probably assume the ability I just got to defeat this guy, I should probably use to defeat this guy, right? Not even Mog. See, like, for example, okay, so Edgar, way too much of a flirter. Also, he's not into guys, but whatever. He would be super disloyal, and I can't deal with that. Like, it wouldn't even be disloyal. He would be quite open about the fact that I am one of many, and I'm not into that, so no. Terra's a hard no. She's basically my little sister. No. Locke is taken. Hard taken. Let's see. Gao is too young. Cyan is also taken. Celeste is taken. Mog is a Moogle. Umaro is a child. Setzer is arguably taken as well, but also he's not. Maybe. We'll come back to Setzer. He's the only one who's a maybe so far. Realm is obviously no. Strago. I feel like Strago would be too much of a braggart about it, so I don't think I'd be into that. Like he would be. Strago would be the kind of guy who is like trying really hard to act like he's got lots of energy, but he needs to take a break every 2 minutes. And it's kind of fake, you know? And I'm not into that. Gogo is no. I already mentioned Umaro. And Shadow, we've mentioned several characters that would be clinical. I think Shadow might be the most clinical of all of them. Just this absolute mechanical. If you got mad challenging and I told him by yourself? Not by myself. I hate to admit it, but you saved my life, Rubicant. For the second time? Meanwhile, this fight's still going on. Cecil, stop this. Stop now. Theodore. Lower your sword, father. But you're pathetic, Theodore. You would never be able to defeat me. I don't know, I've seen your stats, Cecil. You're level 30 at this point. Yeah, seriously, Maze, we're flying all over the world doing tons of stuff, and like, meanwhile, 2 seconds have passed in frickin' Baron. Answer me, my son. Yeah, and then, okay, we'll be back. We'll be back. Where are we going? Oh, there it is. Hey, I see where the recovery rod is. We might actually have a heal. Edgar is probably good in bed. I'm not into that, right? And yeah, that's everyone in 6. So no one in 4, no one in 6. Ferris in 5. 7. So this is funny. Oh, I skipped Sabin. So there's a particular type of person, regardless of gender, who is... they're not necessarily ace, but they don't understand sex. They think they do, because they think they're big and hot and attractive, but they don't... Once you get to the actual doing it, they're not there. They don't know what they're doing. And that's Sabin. I wouldn't be surprised if Sabin actually is ace, to be quite frank. So, 7, right? I would with Cloud. I would with Tifa. I would with Eris. I would with Barrett. Yuffie's too young. Sid's awful. Red 13's an animal. I would with Zack. Let's see. I would with Reeve. Yeah. Absolutely. Vincent, no. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone in 7. Who's Jesse? I said Reeve, Ross. I did mention Sid, and that was a hard no. Like, absolutely not. Coarse, abusive, cantankerous. He probably stinks of cigarette smoke. And I'm sure some of you know what that smells like. Not a fan. No. That'd be Vincent, who is, in addition to being... Vincent is basically a villain in terms of his romanceability, because he's got so many issues. Just... Oh, wow. The chocobos are gone. He has so many issues. Just absolutely not. Hojo! Oh, God, no! No! Ah! Vincent has too many issues. Just no. Just no. And yes, I know Cloud is taken and Tifa's taken. Damn it. Sigh. Fine. Won't have sex with Cloud or Tifa. Ugh. Things I put up with. That does leave Aeris. And Barret. Where am I? If they wanted a three-way? No. Not into it. Yeah, Tifa's taken, Cloud's taken. Whatever. I have to go all the way through this stupid place, too. Is she von Falkenstein? I thought she was older than that. Oh, damn it. Just taking away all my hopes and dreams here. Alright, fine. Barret, then. Just Barret. He's even a dad. Come on. Win-win. He's a great dad. This is the second time we've done this dungeon in this game, by the way. But we do get something useful here, and it's right here. Kind of wish I'd thought about getting this earlier, but I'm stupid. So we'll see how much of a heal that does. It is weird how much of the game you have to do with this honestly, objectively terrible party. I'm weirded out by this. Alright, let's see how much this heals for. 600. Much more reasonable. Can't wait for the Dawn Brigade, whatever that is. Alright, so that was 7. 8. They're all kids. The only person who's not a kid is Laguna. And yeah, I would have so much sex with Laguna. I would attack him. I would have to teach him, because he's totally the kind of Dorcas who you know, is new. But Laguna's taken, so that means that's a hard no to everyone in FF8. 18 is too young for me, I'm sorry. Like I said earlier, 22 is too young for me. So, yeah. So that leaves 9. Okay, so we've got... Like, we're starting to run into the age problem, because some of the FFs from 7 and onwards start to have young characters. So let's see. Who in 9 is old enough? Because we've got Steiner. As I say, Beatrix, the funny thing is both Steiner and Beatrix are taken! Damn it! I don't remember how old Freya is. Someone look up, how old is Freya? Because, please tell me that Freya's old enough. Because I would totally go after Freya. I would be all over Freya. No, see, I'm not interested in myself, Ross, so... Yeah, Queen is like 50-something. 21. Ah! Okay. In about 10 years, I would go after Freya. Like, when she's discovered that Fratly isn't for her, right? Right? I mean, it's easy to presume. She doesn't even know this guy. He's a brand new person now. So that's nobody from 9. 10. Everybody's a child in 10. We kind of already talked about that. So I'd take Lulu. She's too young, but I'd still do it. I don't even care. I don't even care. Screw it. I need at least one. So Lulu. You will not take my Lulu from me. Like, Lulu's like, what, 21 or something? She's pretty young. Like, she is too young, if I'm being honest. Is she 25? God, I don't remember. She's 20-something. She's young. Like I said. Oh, God, 22. I mean, yeah, it's old for Spira, but... She's also a widow. I don't care. I don't care. Moving on. I get one cheat answer, and that's Lulu. There's only 3 characters in 10-2, and they're all too young, so just move on from that. 12, we have Bosch, Balthier, and Fran. Ash is another too young. Look at old Ash is sometimes. Yeah, the problem is Fran is taken and Balthier is taken, so that literally just leaves Bosch. Ugh. God damn it. Alright, 13. We've already discussed this. Lightning is a hard no. And Vanille is taken and no thank you. And Fang is taken, which is a shame. They're friends. They're lesbian friends. Sorry. Yeah, roommates. So that leaves Zaz. Now here's the fun one. I'm actually down for Zaz. Zaz is basically Barrett again, right? Like, nice guy, fun, caring, considerate, already a good parent, right? Yeah. So far, like, my 2 biggest picks are Barrett and Zaz. What the hell? And Lulu, who's my cheat answer. Yeah, 1 cheat. That's the cheat. Up here, up here. Well, it's funny, mister, because a lot of them are either taken or too young. And that's just kind of where it's at. Oh, hey! Giant gloves. Huh. Yeah, no, Ash is young. Like, that's kind of a whole thing. Yeah, we're giving those to Edge. Yeah, all of 10-2s are too young. Way too young. I didn't even notice. So I'm paying attention. I swear I'm paying a little bit of attention. I swear. I swear. So yeah, Bosch is the only option there. 13 does nothing. 13-2 is a turbo no. 13-3 is literally just lightning. 15? I'm going to skip 14 for a second. 15... How old is Ignis? Because... Wait, obviously the twins are a hard no. Look, I'm just saying Ignis, am I right? And so yeah, 14 Alphino, right? Or not Alphino. Oh my god, what's his name? Me. I can't think of his name. Oh god, I haven't played the game in too long. Urianger, thank you, Urianger. Couldn't think of his damn name. And I'm also gonna sweep in there on Y'shtola. Sorry. Nothing personal, kid. No, don't at me. I don't care if she's taken. No, I'm kidding. I know Y'shtola. Yeah, Thancred. I mean, yeah. It's the I keep picking dad characters. Like, I keep picking... I'm joking about Y'shtola anyways, because Y'shtola she'd be a Dami mommy, and I'm not into that. Like, 100%. Thancred's not taken. Especially not by Urianger, the other guy I just mentioned. Yeah, exactly, Bregman. I'm not interested in being physically, magically, or verbally, like, shredded. Ignis is 22? Ugh. Okay. Alright, real quick. How old is the teacher in Persona 5? I need to know. Miss Kamikawa. I can't remember that name. I couldn't think of Urianger's name, but I could think of Kamikawa. That's true. Ignis post timescript would be 32. Tataru, are you high? Early 30s. Yes! Sold! There you go. The final answer is Miss Kamikawa, Barret, or Zaz. And Lulu for fun on the side. Clive is too young! He's a baby! Although, since we're counting party members, Sid. Don't at me. Don't even at me. Which Sid? You know which Sid. Don't give me that. How old is 14 Sid? That's actually a good question. I don't know. Oh god, how young is Ophelia? Do I want to know, Ross? Do I want to know? Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's okay, we're almost done getting all these Eidolons so we can get on with the plot. I mean, this is the plot. This is MSQ. Believe it or not. How old's Delita, while we're on the subject? Because I already mentioned that, but... Actually, no, I got a much better question. How old is Agrias? Oh, shoot. I meant to change time. Okay, whatever. No! Palom! And I don't know what her name is. It's Leonora. Agnes is only 21? Guys. Would fire or flame do anything to help him? This is no ordinary ice covering their bodies. Oh? It is diamond dust. Luca just said, "Give me back my Palom." That's great. So yeah, I know Firaga. Which one was CL? Let's switch you to healing duty. Oh, the Widow? Ooh. I remember Lune. Ow. Ow. These are getting easier, which is kind of funny. Palom. Don't worry, I think we're pretty close to being able to actually, being able to select our frickin' party. Who said anything about giving up? Give me back the crystal. Palom. Huh? What are you doing here? Luca? Am I dead or what? Don't be ridiculous. You're alive, and so am I, for your information. Leonora. I think I'd go with CL. Lune is arguably hotter, but CL is a much more interesting person. And she's a widow. Who's that woman with you, anyway? Huh? She's my partner. My name is Leonora. It's an honor to meet all of you. Palom, the elder of Mesidia, is in grave danger. Isn't he dead? What? I can't just sit around here. You can't leave, not yet. It's okay, we got beds on the ship. Nobody asked you, what's going to happen to Mesidia if I'm not there for them? I'm down. You haven't heard the whole story yet. The Elder has a team of white mages caring for him. Come to the Falcon with us. Porum's on board, too. Who died and made you my master? Your master died. I'm also the oldest guy here, so I don't even want to hear it. Isn't Golbez older? Actually, I'm not sure if he is. Oh, brother, he's exactly like I was once upon a time. Yeah, welcome to hell, Edge. It's you. Worse, it's young you. I want to come with you. Leonora. Now look. We're not done yet, are we? You haven't finished teaching me all the magic, you know. Oh, yeah, right. They totally don't know his Golbez. The man in black. Oh my god, Edge is 43. He's almost my age. Meanwhile, speaking of... Well done, my son. I always knew I could rely on you. Theodore! Rosa! Cecil! Donkey! Wow, that is a terrible heal. That healed me for 22. I mean, considering how many times I've slept, plus traveling across half the planet, I'm pretty sure this battle has been going on for weeks. Whatever, this is a supposed to lose fight. There are a lot of supposed to lose fights in this game. Have you noticed that? So you are serious. Allow me to repay the favor. I was wondering where that one would show up. And we're here. Okay, cool. It's 7 minutes. We've got 7 minutes to send our to finish our fight. Ugh. We gotta hurry before the fight's over. It's okay, we only have like 2 more things to get. Oh no, Ross. That's actually a shame. Because if I was to pick anyone in Lufia 2, it would be Tia. Since, you know, she actually understands responsibility and is probably the most mature of the major characters, of the main characters. Where? Yeah, Maxim is crazy. Yeah, shop owner at 18. I mean, medieval, right? Is it here? No. There we go. Good. Lexus. Lexus would be too absent. Lexus would be inventing things and taking notes while having sex. You ever see that scene in either the comic or the movie of Watchmen? That would be Lexus. No, thank you. How old is Momo in Breath of Fire 3? Asking for a friend. Unknown. I'm going to assume she's 30. Momo. There's my pick. Especially after the time skip. Ray is probably decently young, but again, there's a time skip, so that helps a little. And yeah, I could see Ray as well. You can fix him. Really, Von Falkenstein? That's kind of strange. It's a pretty common Japanese thing. Hey, it's very misty. The mist. Mother. Yes, we need to go meet your father, Cain. You're all still here. Looks like you freed all the Eidolons. I have, sir. But how come my mother's dragon wasn't captured out of all the Eidolons? That would be the work of the children. What? We villagers cannot communicate with the Eidolons like you. But the power's there all the same, and these children hold it in their bodies. We only have a small fraction of your power, but we still pulled what we had to protect the village. So this was all your doing. We had a big discussion about it. We decided to save your mom's dragon, at the very least. He protected her village, after all. I think I understand now. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Rydia. Mother. Just as I'm always with the people of Mist, so shall I always be with you. I don't know if they give any ages for Breath of Fire 2 characters, Diligent. $15. Oh, no. Mist was once facing extinction, but it's rebounded splendidly. Once that moon goes away, it'll be perfect. Do you have any idea? You guys have spent the last 17 years rebuilding. And now you have meteors rotting the land. I'd still be more inclined towards the teacher lady, whose name I don't remember, Ross. Edelgard is... well, she has issues. She has many issues. Probably Von Falkenstein. Yeah, let me check that. I mean, yeah. Everybody has issues in that game. Dorothea, I could see. And, oh, Deus? Absolutely. 100%. Yes. Yes. She knows how to have fun. She's plenty old enough. And she's not even human, which is a huge bonus. So, yes. Miria? I would never be able to have sex with her without remembering that one of her attacks is her throwing her intestines at me. Oh, I don't remember where the nearest shop is. I actually don't remember. No, Dakota, it's not. I mean, it's such an vacuous freedom point because it's just go do everything everywhere. You notice we've been doing almost every area we've been in the entire game right now, right? Just back to back to back. Nope. Isla? Yeah. You get to choose the order. You can do these in whatever order you want to. Although you do have to get you do have to do Ramuh before you do Titan. But to my knowledge, that's the only requirement. God damn it. You need to get Ramuh to rescue Porom, who helps you fight Titan. If you don't rescue Porom, you never can defeat Titan. try this. This is the last place. I'm gonna give up after this. I'm just trying to find a frickin' item shop. They probably don't even sell what I want. Oh my god! Okay, yes, please, sell to me. There they are, spider silks! Woo! Let's just buy a bunch here. Okay. We're good, everyone. We're good. I like how nothing tells you that getting the Eidolons is what removes the barrier on Baron. You just kind of have to assume. Listen, we support spider donuts made with real spiders. Okay, hold on. Let me jot down some notes. Because it's about 2 hours of gameplay that we just went through. Dragon Age. I don't think I'm good enough for Morrigan. And I don't think I could be with Liliana. And I know I couldn't be with Zevran. And Alistair's looking for something more real than me. So I'm just gonna have to settle for Wynn. I'm sorry, everyone. Don't worry. I'll take the bullet for the team and go be with Wynn. And let me tell you, Wynn probably knows how to have fun, too, so... You can have Shale, Valerian. I'll accept that. It's okay, Wynn would heal me when people beat me up. Seriously, I would attack Wynn. This is not actually a joke. She is by far the sexiest character in Dragon Age Origins. And you know with her backstory and her personality that she knows some things. Just, yes. Ogren's too gross. And a dwarf. So, no, double no on that. On the villain side? I mean, we have a dwarf lady who's insane, evil, gross, and a dwarf. So, no. We have Brendan Howe, who you know he's into some just gross things, right? Logain, who is insane. And the giant eldritch abomination thing. I'm good. menorah. No, you... Oh, no, no, no. No. I don't have sex with fridge boxes, thank you. Yeah, exactly, Braven. Okay. Let's go fight Odin, shall we? The glow. It disappeared. I hope this isn't a trap. It's a trap. Let's go. Hey, hold it. So we've got someone who hates me and wants to kill me. Someone who hates me and wants to kill me until I earn their respect and trust. And also has a ton of baggage. A total sex freak who probably has more diseases than I know what to do with. Oghren. Another dwarf. And a dead guy. I'm good, thanks. Oh, and our villains are an abomination or another abomination. Meanwhile, this fight is still going on. Whoa, Theodore's dead. Anders doesn't want to kill me. I don't feel like dealing with venereal disease, you know? I don't know, maybe he'd be kind enough to cure me of that. Oh my god, I just noticed my HP. My party levels are so low. Oh my god. This might suck. Oh my god! Okay, yep, this is, oh yeah, this is gonna suck. I think we're locked in. I don't think it's even worth resing those two. Edward has 500 HP and Theodore has 700. They can be one-shot by anything. So, we're just gonna roll the dice and see what happens. Yeah, I like the idea they've just been fighting for weeks. Odin's just like, what? How long has it been, Cain? Your Highness! He's right. That's the voice of the late king, rest his soul. And look at what lies before me. Rosa, Theodore, on the floor for some reason. All my children of Baron. How could I possibly turn my sword against any of you? Your Highness, you must save Cecil and your homeland. Why? Why, my lord? Cecil. Rydia. You! Alright, hang on. Before we do the next boss battle, because, spoilers, Boss battle. Yeah, we made it just in time to watch, I guess. That's a common thing, isn't it? Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, Pocopia, Sensing a Treasure, and Pokemon Legends ZA. Much appreciate, Russ. Thank you very, very much. Always appreciate you. Thank you. All right, hang on. Let me start this boss battle, Ross, and then I'll answer your question. Because I have to think about that. Oops, sorry. Ooh. Good Indian is always worth celebrating. My brother. Oh my god! It's Golbez! Warshock! It's Golbez! So you're... Oh my god! Game! Golbez. No, I get it. It's a plot twist in character, but we know this. Don't treat it like it's a twist for us. They even did the freaking title screen. We know who he is, game! Evidently, not that I have quite as many bodies as you do. It doesn't matter. You have all outlived your usefulness. That's a party makeup. Who decided this party makeup? All right, hang on. Yeah, this is a pretty bad party. Do we know Shell? We do know Shell. Good. Fun fact, in this version of the game, Shell stacks. So it's actually worth casting a second time if it'll make Theodore live through a single attack. Oh my god, he did. I actually didn't think he would. I really thought he was about to die again. Alright, let's switch you to Cure Duty. Let's do one more Shell. Okay, we'll use the dragon. Here, just for you. Here's the dragon. Also, third time we've heard this song this game. Damn it. Well, I skipped the animation on accident. I'll do it next time. I was inputting a command when the summon happened. I can probably auto at this point. Now they made two. There's the regular version and the boss version. So here's the dragon. There you go, just for you. Oh wow, killing blow too. Lol. So, after a bunch of cutscenes, we will finally be at the point where we can choose our party. Yeah, Rydia holds a grudge. Go figure. We've done it. No, we have not. Yeah, we've killed how many of these stupid things now? Well done. Now I am off to collect the crystals. This planet serves no purpose any longer. Yeah, Cecil was so inspired by his son, he decided to become an even worse character. That's not a joke. Cecil is now our worst character in the party. You were the real Cecil all along? I figured as much. Father. Do you know anything about those people? More than you do, probably. They said this planet serves no purpose. Do they intend to destroy the world with that moon? They couldn't. Can't you stop it somehow? It's not the Lunarian's moon. I can't do anything. It's your actual moon. Which is also artificial. By the way, did you catch that? I've always thought that was one of the most low-key weird things about this. This planet has 2 moons. Both are artificial. The crystals have been taken up on the moon, right? Sid, I can fix up the airship to travel up there. No, you can't. I hate to say this, given the situation and all. Well, we can't just do it, girl. The planet's gravitational pull is too much, even for my birds. Wait, so there's a 3rd moon? That's news to me. I always thought the impression was that this was the creator's moon the whole time. Like, the other moon was always the creator's moon. And he was just sitting there in stasis because of the whole thing that I'm not spoiling right now. Anyway, speaking of moons, we're whalers on the moon. I mean, I could be wrong. It's been a while since I played this. And all I really retained was the outro, which I hated. So I just kind of burned it into my brain forever. You've changed. Do I know you? For just as the episode says, is a cutscene from earlier in the game, word for word. I've seen that man before. Ah. It wouldn't be an FF game without Amnesia. What did I give to him? What have I done? Yeah, it couldn't just be a replacement Cecil like it was a replacement Baron. No, no, no. He's mind-wiped. Theodore? Rosa? Sid? Kane? What are you doing here? No, what am I doing here? Nice outfit. Cecil. Father. Cecil. Ugh, no. Yeah, speaking of Bahamut. So this is the limit of a half-breed, as expected. What do you seek? Still, you are a valuable sample nonetheless. You will be useful. Father? Father! Get up. He's finally regained his senses. Oh, thank goodness. Cecil? Father? Father! Give it up. Your father's dead. I'm your father now, Theodore. And technically always was. The man before you right now is nothing but an empty shell. With terrible stats. What did that girl do to him? How are things down below? Moon's advance. Severe winds show no sign of... Wow, the Whisper Wind can go... Whisper Wind can go really far. It's all being caused by the moon. Collect yourself, my friend. Stay calm. Get everyone to someplace safe. Don't keep the strong to... Edward need you. We've lost them. Sorry, the Whisperweed only has so much range to it, you know. What could be happening on the surface right now? The moon is approaching it! Do you know what physics are? Actually, she might not. Everybody knows how the moon affects the tides, but it works its will on other things, too. I've heard theories the moon can affect hearts and minds of animals, and people, for that matter. That goes double for this moon, no doubt. Just look how enormous this thing is. Something that big so close to our planet. Who guessed what will happen down there? May not be a matter of being close to our planet before long. You think it'll keep going? You mean to say it'll collide with Earth? Not just that, the moon would likely swallow our planet whole, given enough time. No. We've got to get the crystals back and change the moon's path, and quick! Yep, we gotta one-up ourselves. It's not enough to have the Giant of Bab-Il trying to destroy the world bit by bit. Now we have to have a moon that's trying to eat our planet. What's going on? The moon has seized our ship. We're being pulled in! Luca, prepare for emergency landing. Roger. Damn it. Yeah, that's no moon. In both cases. Now what? Father? Cecil? I'm going to stop reading how many times they say Cecil and Father, because this is just dumb. Cecil, what are you fighting against? And now we're all unconscious for some reason. Okay. That's cool. I'm cool. Yeah, Cecil's like, I'm fighting the moon. Hello. There's a song I haven't heard in a hot minute. I'll talk to my father first. Cecil's going to come back for us. We'll put an end to this moon together. I'll come back for one single reason: to stop the moon that threatens us all. Dot dot dot. I know Cecil's praying for us. Praying for the moon to disappear, for our homeland to be saved. Come on, Cecil, wake up. We're all waiting for you. God. Cecil's still with us. The light hasn't left his eyes. We can't very well give up on him, can we? Look at the people we've gathered in this room. We haven't a single thing to worry about. Isn't that right, Cecil? No, my name's Theodore. I believe in Cecil. Theodore! My name is This is rude! Cecil will be back for us. Oh my god! Cecil, Cecil, Cecil. Blargity flarg. Come on, people. God. Come on, people. Don't let me catch you with those hangdog looks on your faces. When do you stand the move? Cecil wouldn't want any other way, now would he? Ugh, believe me, I'm staying with this ride. We've got to help Cecil out. Only Cecil can Cecil our Cecil. Cecil, Elder, please, and everyone back in the Blue Planet, please lend us your power. Jesus Christ. Is that everyone? Yes, okay. Okay, so party members. So there's Cecil with his terrible, terrible stats. Wait, no. Rydia. Lenora. Izayoi. And Harley. Yay! Congrats, President Clam. Speaking of the cast of this game, Harley. I'm just saying. As the saying goes, wood. I will face this challenge. Porm is doing everything she can for us here. I cannot let her down. Besides, Edge has given me the greatest Eblin Ninjutsu training on component holsters. Oh my god, he doesn't talk about Cecil. My master wills it. I'll go anywhere I am needed. Never in my dreams did I imagine I would visit the moon one day. Suppose I should revel in the fact I lived long enough to see this moment. If my martial arts skills can serve to help, then I'll fight twice as hard until Cecil comes back! No! It's Cecil again. It's all about Cecil. It's Brina who says, bruh? And Kalka who says, bruh? Unfortunately, Guard A, B, and C, and Monk A, B, and C are not here. Which Cecil would Cecil the Cecil? Oh, that's a tough Cecil. So, gaming night, right? Which Zelda would you bring to a gaming night? So we actually have quite a few Zeldas over the franchise. Oh hey, Cecil's still Ceciling. So here's the other moon. Looks suspiciously familiar. No, don't auto-battle. Okay, this isn't working out the way I wanted it to. Yeah, I feel like Breath Zelda would be good at gaming in a bad way. So, no. Yeah, that looks like the moon to me. All the... Oh, really? I just wanted to show off... Okay, I was just going to show off some of the attacks, the dual attacks, but if they're all going to be bullcrap like that, whatever. Alright, fine. Let's get a real party going. Fine, fine. I was going to show off Call Me Queen. Let's see. Holy Ray looked cool. Infinity looked cool. Makeshift Cannon. Palom in the Sky was something I was going to do. And Weapon in Progress. Also, if we can't do this one, let's see. Let's try Theodore. Hang on. Palom. Porum, looks like? Yeah, Porum. Luca. And Ursula. Is anybody in this team leveled? Just Luca. Oh my god. Ursula's level 19. I have no idea, Mr. Red. So, we don't know much about LTTP. Like, a lot of the Zeldas we don't have much to divine a personality from, right? LTTP Zelda is, like, generally supportive, and that's kind of it. Twilight Princess Zelda is awesome for the fact that she only really has 2 cutscenes, but still, that she only really has the 2 cutscenes. So, what we're really left with is Breath and Tears Zelda, Tetra, yeah, exactly. That might be it. Oh no, I guess we also have Spirit Tracks Zelda. So we've got Spirit Tracks Zelda. Oh, we also have Ocarina. So Ocarina Zelda, Spirit Tracks Zelda, Breath and Tears Zelda, and Twilight Zelda, and Wind Waker Zelda. Thing is, I feel like Wind Waker Zelda would be not fun to bring to party night, right? Like, she just strikes me as someone who would be a troll at best. I don't, it's not learned, right? Yeah, of course it's not learned. So it's a weapon specific. Of course it's weapon specific. Why? I'm gonna give up on this. I give up. We're not showing off any of the bands. We're done. We're done. So, no to Tetra, no to Twilight, no to Breath, which leaves Ocarina and Spirit Tracks. Yeah, I saved recently. Breath and Tears, it's the same one. It's the same one! CDI Zelda? Oh, hang on, let me back my truck over here a couple more times. There we go. I have actually saved, though, since we got to the moon. Why is the heal spot this far into this stupid ship? Sheik is just Ocarina Zelda. So, between Ocarina Zelda and Spirit Tracks Zelda... I'm kind of torn. They're actually pretty similar characters if you have to sit back and think about it. Yeah, Spirit Tracks would be very into it, good and bad. Screw it, we're not messing around anymore. This is just our party. How do I want to line this up? Well, Theodore, even though you're garbage, I kind of need you in the front row. So, enjoy being dead for a lot of the upcoming fights. It's okay, we have 2 leveled party members in this party. Because the guide says to. And at this point, I'm just going to trust the guide. I should have been using it from word go. I have no idea why it picks Theodore. Don't ask me. Let's see if we can defeat a battle before we leave our free heal spot. Just one battle. I love this music for this area too. This is great. Okay, so attack. I guess we'll attack for now. Mist is a bit generic. You'd be worthless. Should do. Well, good news, we can kill stuff. It's a little painful, but we can. Let's see. Do we have anything better? Let's try and get some gear going on here. Oh god, I have to juggle, don't I? Oh my god, I have to juggle. Alright, hang on, I'm gonna go juggle. Skyward Zelda? I mean, she's just a tease. You know, FF6 has a button which does everything I'm doing right here. Literally, it's one button. This is when someone in chat's like, you know, you can just do this with this button. Did Hyrule Warriors Zelda have any character traits other than being hot for Link? No, seriously. Okay. We've unequipped everyone. Can she not equip? Oh my god, she can't equip the healing rod. You gotta be kidding me. Whatever. Have the ribbon. Yep, it's for black mages, and that sucks. I have nothing to add to that. Put it on her. There's nothing else to put there. That's everything? That's as everything as that's getting. Yeah. Alright. Now that we've got a little bit of gear under our belt. Let's see what we can do. Let's set that up. See how that works. Well, Theodore wasn't the first to die. That's something. Wow, I think it's some health. How is it not dead yet? Excuse me, sir. How are you not dead? I'm going 3 turns per round. Okay, now Theodore's dead. Okay, perfect, perfect. I don't know what the hell this stupid thing is. Find out in a second. Or... okay. Damn it! Gray Curl is the name of this thing. Wow. Okay. Jeez, that thing had some health. Did it have some experience? Not really. That didn't give anybody a level. Not even the 22. Who was alive at the end of that? Wow. Okay. That's... okay. This... okay. No, this is what I expected. The game is 15 frames per second in the combat. Very good. A vendor? Oh. I go rest. Which, for some reason, is the furthest thing in here. It's a very strange thing to complain about, I know, but, like, why do I have to walk to the furthest away part of the entire ship to be able to heal? So what's the core problem of this game? I've actually been thinking about that for a while. I don't know if I can identify one core problem, but I can identify three. Problem number one. They weren't creative with what they were working with. Doing reuse in a bad way is exactly what I'm talking about. They could have done a lot of creative, interesting, fun things while still reusing assets and tell an interesting news story that actually showcases where the game is going and where the story is going. And they didn't. This is mostly a boring retread, right? And bad as a consequence thereof. I don't know what else to add about. These are very expensive. But Theodore needs the help, apparently. Jesus, I'm tempted. I'm tempted. That's the first big problem. Bad reuse, bad asset reuse. They could have done something with it. They didn't. In many ways, this really is just FF4 again. And I don't mean that, like, as an insult. I don't mean that as some kind of, like, this game sucks. I mean, literally, the biggest problems with this game are whenever they're just repeating the story beats and gameplay beats of FF4. Like, right? For God's sakes, we're going to the moon to fight a genocidal maniac who wants to wipe out all life on the planet. Come on. I think I'm going to spring for it. And I'm not even talking about all the other times we basically repeated the same plot point, like going to get the sand pearl in order to cure someone of the ruby. No, it's just the same beats over and over again. The second major issue, I would say, is that it is way too long. For the relative lack of depth and density to the game, it just spends an inordinate amount of its time spinning its wheels. There are, I mean, you mentioned jokingly, Mr. Ed, that we talked about FF sex and FF dates and FF video games. And the problem is, the reason we got into those discussions, first of all, was because it was interesting to talk about, but second and far more importantly is because we had nothing else to talk about. We were going through gigantic swaths of doldrums. There are huge stretches of the game where very little happens. And that's the problem. There's a level band. Is that per character? Or is that like for the group? Because I will buy 5 of those right now. If that is per character. Or one of them, if it is per group. Let's go ahead and grab... Yeah, what's worse than bad? Boring. Bad is memorable. For good and for ill. Let's go ahead and grab one of these. That's probably not worth grabbing. Yeah, this isn't Starfield, where I am spending so much time going down the list, discussing everything that they're doing wrong. for all the many flaws Starfield had, it gave us a very interesting. Is that the right one? A very interesting discussion, right? It was a interesting stream because there was so much to discuss. Yeah, was it him? Oh god, I forgot who I got what for. The effects stack, and it applies to all. So I really should buy 5 then, is what I'm hearing. And just level my brains off instead of taking a lunch break today. It's okay, I have a functional controller. It's fine, we're cool, we're cool. I'm trusting you, Valerian. You wouldn't lie to me, would you? That's actually a good idea. So let's do something very simple. Let's look at Theodore. Or no, actually, no. Let's look at, like, Edge. Oh, no, I should be able to do it on Theodore, because it shows the total. Okay, so 77311. Someone write that down, please. 77311. Let's do a pre-save. Love the music for this section, really. Ah. So the last fight gave us about 3,000 experience, so we have a rough range of how much experience encounters should be giving us at this point in time. So that gives about 3,000. This is the important part. So that gave us 3236. Okay. 77301. Let's just do some math. He now has 80,000. That's 3. I guarantee that's what that is. 8547 minus 7701 is 3236. So that wasn't boosted at all. Okay. Well, Okay, that's the same encounter, which sucks, actually. Yeah, I didn't think so. Hang on. This is going to be more frustrating to test than I thought it would be. It should still be 3236. Yep. Or no. Game. This is... Nope. See, I want the exact enemy. I want the exact same encounter. And hey, Walker, yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of grinding. Just a little. Probably my entire lunch break. Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mute the game. My bad. This, Mr. Red. For whatever that's worth. Ah, come on. Yeah, I might eat some lunch. Although I'm actually out of cereal. So I don't have anything to eat for lunch. I haven't had a chance to get to the store. One of the frustrations of my sister using the car for going to work is that I don't have a car, which means I don't have availability of getting groceries whenever I need to. Near as I can tell, it does not, Walker. Yep, this is just our overworld right here. Come on, give me the same encounter, please. I know there's an encounter table, or at least there should be. That's how most of these games are designed. Please, give me the same encounter. You know what? I'm not going to force you to sit through this. I'm just going to do this off camera. I'll see you guys after lunch.